are in the counting of the Omer, counting of these days between Pesach and Shavuot. And we're in the week of Hod. So here we've been moving through these divine emanations, these qualities. And last week was the week of Netzach, of energetic response, tenacity, overcoming an opponent, perseverance, determination, endurance. These are qualities that are strong and grounded and really engage our energy and action, and engaging for the long haul, which may be, I used an example from one of my teachers, Miriam Klotz, about when we're in a yoga pose. And it's this moment of feeling like I want to let go, I want to give up, but I'm breathing into it and holding my determination right there in the moment of facing challenge, when I want to let go. And the quality of this week is a beautiful partner to it, which is Hod, which is about releasing striving, about yielding and softening. It's a quality of humility, of grace, of splendor. That's an interesting mixture of traits. So this is the place where Netzach is asking us to continue to keep our will engaged. Hod is a moment of, or an orientation of seeing those moments where actually the appropriate response is to not push, to not grab hold of will or striving, but to soften and yield. And I want to explore that in our bodies for a moment. If you would take a good big stretch, you can stand or be in your seat and pull, stretch, 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 stretch. Keep it going, shoulders tight, face tight. Oh, and then exhale and release. And with the arms and face soft, take a deep breath in and out. And another tight, 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 shoulders up around your ears, squeezing and squinching everything in. Tight, 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 tight. Hold it longer and tighter. And release. And inhale and exhale. And feel what the release feels like in the body. And find a long extension, maybe arms to the sides. You might even stand in a warrior pose if that's something that's familiar to you. And feel the energy stretch and strengthen, channel through the arms, through the shoulder blades. Still breathing, not gripped, but stretch, 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 stretch. And without collapsing, without just falling apart. What could change if you invite in yielding, softening? It might change the posture. It might actually go from held to moving, to dynamic. Or it might stay in the pose, but without straining, without force. And find another posture that is held and stretched, that actually requires the Netzach quality of enduring I'm going to see what it's like to do sort of a chair posture, to bend at the knees and extend my body, my torso forward, to stay in it and breathe in it. To endure, to continue and persevere. And then with a breath, find the quality of hod, the yielding, the sigh of the posture, or the shift that brings softness. Let's continue that quality. Can you imagine that you're moving through water? The water is moving. It could be just your hands, almost like seaweed swaying. As little effort as possible, so that the water is actually moving you. It might take some effort to begin the motion, but as you breathe, as you explore, find ways to release effort. To let breath ripple outwards. You might find it in the subtlety between the shoulder blades, or how the tailbone swims through space. Moving with breath. And even if you are still, notice the subtle movements of breath moving your body. See what it's like to flow, to initiate the movement gently, maybe at the top of the shoulder, and let it flow all the way through the arm to the fingertips. And from the fingertips through the arm into the shoulder, out the other shoulder, through the arm. Wave rippling down the spine. See how it can flow into the legs and the hips. Easy. The current of water moving you. How might it move into the head, the face? And come to standing or sitting in stillness. So the external motion is quieting while you continue to explore how might movement inside, within the rib cage, the heart floating and moving through water. Subtle yielding in the rib cage. Like the image of seaweed inside the body. Your breath like the current of the water. Even in relative stillness, the body still finds subtle movements. See how you can release all striving, all effort. This is not a passive state. It's still energized, awake. It's still alive with sensation. With energy and subtle movement. But without striving. Hod is the quality that meets what is with loving acceptance. Can you touch everything that is present in this moment with loving acceptance? Quality of grace, through the eyes of Hod, we are able to notice what is good in this moment. Even when there's difficulty, there's a kind of light, radiance, like water glinting, like sunlight glinting on the water as we stop paddling, stop pushing against the current, and let ourselves be carried. Can you do that? Can you let yourself be carried? Trusting the grace of this moment and the next and the next. When we let ourselves be carried by the current, when we relinquish our need for it to be otherwise, we drop into a flow that is so much larger than our tight will, our ideas about ourselves. What a relief. What a relief to be carried by that current. what splendor and radiance can be discovered in that beautiful yielding. I have the image of being in a canoe, the sun warm and bright, my hand extended over the edge of the canoe and fingers trailing in the water, cool and soft as the canoe is carried. When we enter moments of goodness with the quality of Hod, we're not trying to hold on to them and grasp them, but we're able to take in their beauty, their sweetness, their gifts, their pleasure. As they arise and as they fall away. When we enter an ordinary, a mundane moment with an orientation of Hod, we don't need it to be exciting or fun in a different way, but in its magnificent mundaneness, its very simple, ordinary gifts sparkle. And when we meet difficulty with an orientation of Hod, we're not pushing to make it different. We are noticing the gifts that are within us that can enable us to meet it. We can notice challenges as our best teachers. We can move in all that is without turning away, without pushing. Without overexerting or straining. But discovering the movement of response that moves with the difficulties. even in breath. It's the quality of a gentle sigh. In an open mouth. Tumbling easily from the sternum. Try that a few times. A breath that comes in not by sucking it in, but through the mouth opening, the belly expanding, and breath having no choice but to enter. And then just as effortlessly tumbling out. Soft coming in, soft coming out. Bathing the whole nervous system in this quality of not striving. No fight, no flight, no freeze. With an orientation of Hod, we can meet every moment with a sense of the words from Genesis, Norah, hamakom, hazeh. How awe-filled is this place? Norah, hamakom, hazeh. inviting 3 more soft sighs. Ah. Taking as long as each open inhalation wants. Ah. Allowing the softest puff of sound to ride on the exhalation. Ah. May we be blessed this week with the yielding humility and grace of Hod, meeting our diverse roller coaster of experiences with this sense of not striving, not forcing change, with the capacity to move and sway in the dynamic of what is. And may we discover the gifts and splendor that are in each experience. Ken yehi ratzon. May it be so. Thank you for your beautiful practice this morning.